So are there any Bob Marley fans here? Okay, so Bob Marley spoke a lot about mental slavery. And when I think about culture, I think about whose culture are we living in and how has that culture implicated how we think. And when I was doing my master's in race and resistance, I learned a word called epistemology, which is basically, to sum it up, it's the nature of knowledge, how we think about knowledge, how we receive knowledge. And when I was working as an academic librarian, I really saw how knowledge is not neutral. The knowledge that we receive in schools is not neutral. Even knowledge in books that are written by predominantly white men in academic libraries that are promoted is not neutral. And I think as women of colour, we always have to ask ourselves, whose voice is in our subconscious? We heard from the amazing keynote speaker today related to neuroscience about the subconscious. Everybody here has a colonized voice in them if they were born in the UK and have been educated in the UK. And it may sound controversial, but it's a fact. And as women of colour, you cannot function or be successful if you have the voice of a white man in your subconscious dictating your worth, dictating even success. You know, as an entrepreneur, when I quit my job to start my consultancy, I've spent thousands of pounds in marketing courses, business development, but the truest and realest kind of business education was from being in the Caribbean and watching nature. And why I say watching nature is very powerful is because when you are very connected to nature, you see that there are seasons. You see that there are times when things are blooming. There's times when things are in seed, and there's times when you're meant to harvest. However, when you're, I would argue, born in the UK, every day is hustle culture. Every day you're meant to be yielding. And so, again, it goes back to remembering who we are as people and remembering that there's a lot of knowledge that we need to find and rediscover, and a lot of that does come from us. We are conditioned to always be seeking knowledge from those above us, whether that's a teacher, government, and of course I do respect my elders, and you have to respect elders, but there is also a large part of knowledge that does come from self and knowing self. And as Bob Marley would say, a lot of us need to liberate ourselves in order to truly find ourselves. And once we find ourselves, we can truly lead an authentic life.